Good morning, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Suki Suki no Mi, or the Clear Clear Fruit. Let's go! Right, so the Suki Suki no Mi, or the Clear Clear Fruit, is a Paramecia type devil fruit which grants the user the ability to turn invisible or make anything they touch invisible. This is the basic premise of this devil fruit, and this was eaten by Absalom, one of the Mysterious Four in the Thriller Bark arc. Now obviously Absalom has this devil fruit just so he can peek on girls, but and it was used as more of a comic relief thing at the beginning, but then gradually turned into, when he was fighting Sanji, still kind of comic relief, but was able to actually show some actual capabilities of what it can actually do. That being the case, we have a couple of named techniques which we're going to talk about right now. Now the first technique is the actual use of this devil fruit, and that's called skating. And basically this is when Absalom literally turns himself invisible. This is relatively the basic premise of this devil fruit, and it's just the transparent form. Where he literally turns transparent. There's not much else to that, because it literally is doing what it says on the tin. It just turns himself invisible. So let's move on to the next one. The next move on which Absalom actually uses is the mysterious person's hands. While invisible, Absalom punches his opponent multiple times. Basically, Absalom turns invisible and just starts wailing on you. That is pretty much the premise of his technique, but he names it just Mysterious Manhandler. It just sounds absolutely. I swear this character is just absolutely just a pervert. Well, this is covered in the Thriller Bark actual arc, so that Absalom is a pervert, and Sanji really just wanted this devil fruit because he wanted to do it for the exact same reasons as Absalom. Along with that, he has the Mysterious Man Kicker, which pretty much self-explanatory. He just kicks you while he's invisible. Let's move on to decent abilities in which Absalom actually uses. He's able at the end of Thriller Bark to turn his ship invisible when he's saving Moria, and he does this again in Marineford to actually save Moria again by literally touching him and turning invisible. He's able to actually turn people or inanimate objects invisible as well as himself. So pretty much if he got on a ship and just turned it invisible and himself, he could literally go through waters that are hostile and still be relatively safe, depending on what actually happens. Now obviously we don't know how much he can actually turn into invisible, so I don't think he would be able to just stand on Thriller Bark and just turn the whole of Thriller Bark invisible. I think that would kind of be like some form of like awakening if he could do that, because that was literally an island that was converted into a ship. But it has been shown that he can turn people invisible when he is touching them, like as he did to Nami, and pretty much is the basic premise of is another ability of this devil fruit. So all in all, this devil fruit is relatively easy to understand. You basically just become an invisible person, and you can make anything you touch invisible as well. This is rather handy, as you could pretty much go invisible and go into a bank and just nab a load of berry. So that being the case, he could actually play a crucial role in later developments in this series, as Absalom's still around, but he's got Gecko Moria with him, which is no longer a warlord, may I just add, as some people kind of forget sometimes that he's not a warlord anymore. And pretty much Absalom could actually be anywhere. He's actually last been noted as he has now turned into a journalist, so therefore he could be working for Morgans, who is in charge of the newspaper, as a journalist for him, because that would actually be a really powerful devil fruit. In order, like, he could be on Whole Cake Island when Whole Cake Island was going and just observing, you never know. He could also be in Wano, which I highly actually start to... I played with this idea and I was like, yes, he's going to be in Wano. Go in. So I really want Absalom to come back and make a reappearance because he was just cool as hell. I found him very, very funny, and he cut through the seriousness and gave us a laugh every now and then. So that being the case, guys, that is the Clear Fruit, or the Suki no Mi. And that being the case, have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye bye.